The summer went really quite well. I had an opportunity to do research with the crop sciences department here at UIUC, and doing work in plant pathology, and specifically we were working with species of Fusarium and how that plant pathogen affects wheat roots. And yeah, it was a really cool opportunity, and I had a great deal of fun doing it. Most days were like fairly different. It never really felt monotonous the entire time. Starting off, we did a lot of introductory training. She was just my mentor, Mara, and she was kind of getting a feel for like what I knew about the lab, what I knew about sterile technique, and just kind of showing me the ropes and like different lab techniques that they utilize. But day to day, it was pretty much, there were about 3 experiments that we were running somewhat continuously, and we were kind of just hopping in between doing those. At no point did I feel like I was doing like busy work or anything, which honestly, going into it, I thought that like some days are going to be like, all right, you're just like washing the dishes, or you're just going to be doing this thing, but I felt like well utilized the whole time. So I kind of got an idea for what they're really trying to do. The main work that they're trying to do is essentially to understand more about Fusarium and other plant pathogens as well, but just to kind of gain a better understanding of like how these plant pathogens affect the crops that they're looking at, particularly maize as their main focus, but they also do wheat and soybeans to some extent, and rice. And the goal is like if they can better understand these pathogens, then they can better inform like growers and farmers to like tell them better ways to fight it, like they can figure out better ways to fight it, and just generally inform the public of like what these things are, how best to treat them, and just kind of that's their main goal. I had never really been in this kind of lab setting. Like up until I started back in college at Parkland last summer, and I hadn't like really stepped foot in a school in like 4 or 5 years. And before then I was doing mechanical engineering, and now I'm doing like biological sciences. So it was kind of a jump. And yeah, whenever I got in there, it just kind of seems like, I don't know, like stepping into a class first time your freshman year, or even like, you know, going into school as like a, you know, elementary, middle school kid, you just feel like the length, the like disparage between like the knowledge that they have and the knowledge that you have is just so great. But like I came to find out, like, you know, they're just regular people. They were all extremely nice. Everybody in the Medeiros lab was very welcoming. Dr. Medeiros himself was an incredibly nice and welcoming person. He was really great. But yeah, everybody was great. The lab setting was like very inviting. Even though I was kind of afraid of what to do, Mara, she kind of like set out everything to kind of like ease me into it little by little, until I kind of got comfortable, and then she kind of knew when to step away and let me do it in order to gain that level of like independence, so that when the time came and she's like, okay, can you go do this thing? I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. And it, like, I never really felt like I was, you know, I never felt like coddled, but I also never felt like I was just like thrown into it. It was a really good mix of like mentoring and just kind of letting me have my space. Don't feel like you're not good enough to involve yourself in stuff like this, especially coming from a community college. The people that are there really do, and like I speak from experience, like interacting with a lot of my professors there. They really do want the best for you, and they are almost always more than willing to help you succeed. I kind of like cultivated some relationships with my professors while I was there, and those professors ended up being the people that were, you know, organizing this whole thing, and you just never really known. So you might as well like put yourself out there. I definitely didn't think that I was going to be getting in. I don't think that anybody in this program thought that they were like good enough to get in, but you know, you don't know that unless you actually try